approaching the end of our journey through the history of the Bible. We hope you've enjoyed our quick tour. Let's end in England, where we learned a story about how the Bible finally went global. My choice of car for England was the compact but powerful vintage Mini Cooper. I love this little car. Steering on the right and driving on the left took some getting used to, but it was a good reminder that despite the shared language, there are many differences here in England, like these odd red booths that I guess you're supposed to step into when you talk on the phone. The Mini really did give me a front row seat to the lush English countryside. It was the perfect companion for the last leg of our journey through the history of the Bible. Within decades of William Tyndale's execution in 1536, another 5 English translations of the Bible were published, including King Henry VIII's Great Bible, the Coverdale Bible, the Matthew Bible, the Geneva Bible, and the Bishop's Bible. Over the next few decades, Tyndale's translation formed the basis of other English translations, culminating in the world-changing King James Bible of 1611. The King James is the key to this period in the history of the Christian Bible, so the first part of our journey takes us about an hour's drive from London to Hampton Court, the historic location of a meeting that led directly to James's commissioning of the King James Bible. In 1603, when James VI of Scotland was crowned as James I of England, there were 2 primary English translations of the Bible in use: the official Bishop's Bible, characterized by obscure, inflated language, and the common Geneva Bible, derived from Tyndale's simpler phrasing. In January of 1604, James, in response to a petition from the reform-minded Puritans, convened a conference of theologians here at Hampton Court. As part of the conference, the Puritan John Reynolds proposed that a new Bible translation be made to correct the current texts. James supported the idea since he despised the then popular Geneva Bible. Not so much because of its translation quality, but because of the borderline revolutionary notes that had crept into the margins. King James placed the project under the control of the Bishop of London, Richard Bancroft, who selected the editors and established the rules for their work. This would not be an entirely new translation from the ancient languages, but a revision of the final edition of the Bishop's Bible, with reference to others if necessary. But in the end, it's estimated that 83% of the King James Bible derives from Tyndale, either directly or indirectly through other Bibles. The King James Bible was produced between 1604 and 1611 by around 50 learned men, each of whom was a distinguished scholar from Oxford, Cambridge, or the Church of England. Now, the task was divided among 6 committees of these men, 2 at Oxford University, 2 at Cambridge University, and 2 here at Westminster Abbey. Many of the revisions to the Bible were made here in the Jerusalem Chamber at Westminster Abbey. This room still looks much as it did in 1611. But as it turns out, the King James Bible wasn't really completed with the 1611 version. Actually, it underwent numerous revisions over the course of the first 115 years of its existence. So, scholars at both Oxford and Cambridge determined it was time to produce an updated text. The Oxford edition of 1769 became the standard version and continues almost unchanged to this day. As the British and other colonial empires spread European influence around the globe, they carried Christianity and the Bible with them. The dominance of the British Empire led to the King James Bible being the single most common version of the Bible in the world. The continual growth of the British Empire carried the King James Bible around the globe. American colonists even used the rhetoric of the King James as an inspiration during their revolution. Later, the Industrial Revolution allowed newly formed Bible societies to print and distribute the King James Bible on a scale previously unimaginable. The King James Bible became the most dominant English translation, and it remained so for at least 350 years. Today, it is still a top-selling Bible translation, but it has been joined by numerous modern translations. And look where technology has taken us today. From stone tablets to electronic tablets. The Bible, translated in the language of a new generation.